Hi, are you looking for ways to save money? I know that I am always trying to save money in many areas of my life. And I know that with this current climate in our country, a lot of people are trying to save. We don't have as much money as we probably had before. So if you are looking for ways to save money, these are my top 5 ways to save money. My first way to save money is to meal plan. And not just meal plan, but plan around things that you already have. What are some things in the deep recesses of your freezer and your refrigerator that haven't gone bad yet? Because if you have stuff that's gone bad, you need to throw that stuff out and take inventory of what you have first. But if you are going into the recesses of your freezer and your fridge and you find things that are still good and use those things first, you're not going to have to buy as much stuff at the store. So meal plan. I know that I have been to the store many times and I don't have a plan at all. I just think, well, I'm just going to put some stuff in the cart and I'm going to see what I get out of it. Well, just about every time that happens, I end up with a whole bunch of snacks and maybe a couple of things of meat that I ended up already having in my freezer, and nothing to put together an actual meal. And so then I'm just eating piecemeal. And you can ask my friend, I've actually eaten a can of corn for dinner because that's all I had. So plan your meals and don't get fancy with lots of different extreme recipes. Look for things that are simple and easy to make and that you already know how to make, and just plan around that. And do things like buying more chicken than you need. Maybe you're going to have roast chicken one night, and so you buy just a little bit more chicken, probably even save a little bit of money on that by buying a slightly bigger package. Over the long term, you're going to be saving money. And then take that extra roast chicken that you have, shred it up, and make tacos out of it. So meal planning allows you to think ahead so that you can plan for those things. And one thing that I love about meal planning is that I start to get excited about something that I'm going to have later in the week. So if I know that I'm going to have something that I absolutely love to eat, then I start getting excited about that, and I get excited about cooking, and I get excited about eating food at home rather than eating out. So I still have 4 more ways to save money, but if you are looking for a lot more ways than even what I give, I am doing this as part of a collaboration video with several other people. So I will link all of their channels down below in the description, and after you finish my video, you can go and check out all of their videos and all the different ways that they have to help you save money. It is hosted by Dawn, better known as Money Mom, here on YouTube. And if you don't know Money Mom, you need to get to know her because she is amazing and will teach you all kinds of different things as far as saving money and earning money. And she's just amazing. So my second best way to save money is to learn how to sew. So I have a lot of clothes and I still somehow wear through them, and some of my favorite things that I wear most often, they'll get a little hole like on the seam or different places. And something that my mom taught me when I was young was to learn how to sew. Now, I would not consider myself a great seamstress at all. I cannot make a dress or a skirt, but if you can learn to sew just enough, then I think that that will be just enough. So right here, I have one of my favorite comforters. Now, I don't have this on my bed right now because it's way too hot because it's summer, but this is one of my favorite comforters. And shortly after I got my dog Lucy, she decided that she loved this blanket so much she was going to chew on it. And so instead of getting rid of my favorite comforter and having to buy a whole new one, I actually sewed it up. Now you'll see, this is not the best sewing job at all, but here's what happened. So I just sewed along the seam, just like this, and there you go. It's not straight. This is the actual corner, so you can see it's not straight, and it's okay because it's just on the end, and I put it on the end of my bed, and I can still use this, and it is old, and I think I bought it used, but because I was able to sew up the mistake that my dog made, I can still continue to use it without all the stuffing coming out. The same thing happens on maybe some of your favorite pants. Maybe the hem comes loose. Just knowing how to sew just enough so that you get it to stick and stay there, that's very helpful. And if you really have a hard time with sewing when it comes to seams, all you need is an iron-on seam. You just cut it and you iron it together and then it stays. And it's amazing. And those things will save you a lot of money, especially when it comes to your favorite items that you have in your closet, or even a comforter that a dog might chew. Before I go on to the next one, go ahead and like this video for helping you save money. My next top way to save money is to do your research. This comes down to so many things, including meal planning. Do your research. What is on sale that week? But it also comes down to not just buying the cheapest thing there is, because buying the cheapest thing there is not always the best option. So for instance, my parents needed a new shower curtain liner. Well, they bought the cheapest one that they could find, and yes, it still has magnets in it, but it doesn't work. It's so thin and flimsy, it still sticks to you when you're taking a shower, and it is so annoying. And I have already told my parents, I said, I know that you just put that on, but we need a new one because this is not going to work. It is so thin that it could easily be ripped very, very easily, and it just does not work right, even though they thought that they were buying the cheapest thing. Well, that doesn't work. We're probably going to make that do for as long as we can, but I'm telling you right now, I can't stand it, and I might end up buying one just to replace it for them because it is horrible. So do your research. Just because something is cheap doesn't mean it's the best deal. When I buy things online, I look for reviews like no other on Amazon. And if you're doing online research like that, you also want to look at the reviews. Look at what people are complaining about. So sometimes people will complain that they didn't get their order, or it came in the mail damaged. Well, if that happens, Amazon has a great return policy, and so if something comes damaged, I'm not going to give a low score for that. So if somebody else gave a low score for something that came in damaged, like, that has nothing to do with whether or not the product will work. So do your research, find things that are good quality for less money, not necessarily the cheapest thing that's there. I would love to know from you, what are your top tips for saving money? Leave them down below in the comments. The next way to save money is to be creative. So if you are somebody that loves to go out and loves to do fun things, get creative. What can you do that is free? Instead of going to a concert or going to a movie or going out to eat, what could you do instead? Some things that my friends and I have done, instead of going out to eat, we actually have a picnic, which is great because one of my best friends that I love to go out with, she is allergic to many different things. It's just easier for us to eat our own food. But we don't want to hang out at home. We want to do something a little bit more fun. So we might go on a picnic and pack our own food, but go somewhere else out and eat it. If you live in a larger city, there are tons of free things to do all the time. You just have to go back and do your research and get creative. And then the last top tip that I have for saving money, this is probably the hardest thing to do for many of us, and that is to just be content with what you have. I know that this can be really hard, especially when you are on social media, you're seeing your friends and other family members, and they're buying these great cars and these big houses, and they're buying all these nice, lovely things to fill their home with. It can be hard to not want some of the same things, especially when it comes to vacations. When I see people going on vacations, I'm like, that's what I want to be doing right now. I do not want to be stuck at home doing nothing and being creative and doing my research. I don't want to go on a picnic with my friend. I want to go to the beach with my friend. Well, that's where things get hard and things get tough. You have to be content with what you have. I know it's hard, but if you're just happy to have the things that you have, then you will be a lot happier, and that will actually save you a lot of money because you won't be trying to spend extravagantly on things that you really don't need to be spending on. So those are all of my top 5 tips for saving money. I cannot wait to hear your top tips for saving money down in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to go watch the rest of the videos in this collab so that you can save even more money. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!